Hey guys, Drifter here. Today's video is going to teach you how to aim better than ever before, and I know you probably don't believe me because everybody has their own tips for aiming. Oh, you should use these attachments, and then you should use this control scheme, and you should lead the target like this and do like that, but this video actually legitimately will show you how to aim better. It's not going to be easy, it's not going to be simple, but it is definitely doable, and you will get a definite improvement if you follow the steps I've got listed to you. The gameplay that I've got going on is TAC 45 only for the first round, and then in the second round I'm going to be using a variety of different guns. There's a reason for that. We're going to go over that reason for later, but for now just enjoy the TAC 45 gameplay. It's going to be kind of mediocre, and then Beast Mode is coming out in the second round. I would like to pose a question to you, and that question is, where did you learn to aim your guns? Did you learn to aim your guns? No, nobody taught you. Well, we're not talking about real life guns, we're talking about gaming guns. Maybe at best you went through a tutorial or something, or your friend showed you how to work the sticks, but there was never really any instructions on, oh, you should lead the target like this, you should aim like that, this gun is good, this gun is bad. You just got a feel for it. And unfortunately, most of you probably learned on fully automatic guns like the M27 right there. Very low recoil, well, not that one's not particularly high rate of fire, but they are a higher rate of fire, and you can just spray and hose people down. You need a little bit more skill than this wonderful gentleman that sits in the corner and waits for me to walk by. But you learn to use a very specific set of guns, and it's difficult for you to use a different set of guns, and there's no sort of, how would I say, adjustment period. There's only one thing, you only know one thing, and you only do one thing. So there's no higher or lower skill cap in aiming, there's no adjustment, there's no nothing, and that's mostly fully automatic weapons. And I think that you guys are all spoiled on fully automatic weapons. I think that all of you, or at least the vast majority, 99% of you, because all human beings exist on a scale, some fast reaction time, some slow, have a much better innate ability to aim than you give yourself credit for. The reason you're not fully utilizing your potential is because you're used to using all these easy mode guns that take no skill, so you're only sort of training or practicing or experiencing recoil or aiming on very, very low skill cap guns. You never challenge yourself, you never know what you can do, and because of that, you're vastly underperforming when you could be doing better. Now, let me explain to you my method here, because this is going to sound really, really crazy, but you got to bear with me. Step number one in learning to aim better is you need to create a class with a TAC 45. Make sure that you're not using the dot sight, only use the iron sights. I recommend extended mag. A fast mag is okay, but it spoils you a little bit, kind of gives your ammo capacity just a little bit too much of a refresh. Avoid silencer, avoid long barrel, akimbo, any of these really goofy attachments. I'd really just recommend fast mag or extended mag, and you're going to be playing TAC 45 only for 7 games. That's 7 whole games of whatever game mode you normally play. For me, it's domination, but for you, it can be anything, and you're only going to use the TAC 45. Don't pick up weapons off the ground. Don't pick up your buddy's weapons. Don't have a primary weapon. Don't use a primary weapon. Don't go on a knifing spree. Don't use your tomahawks. Grenades and stuff are okay because they're going to keep you alive, but stick with the TAC 45. Funny as I'm saying that, I'm scavenging weapons. I'm working on a specific gameplay here, but do humor me. There is a reason that you're going to do this, because the TAC 45 is going to kind of teach you how to adjust your shots in a more complicated manner than a normal spray and pray assault rifle would. While you're using this pistol, there are some things you need to keep in mind to do. You want to always make your first shot to count. So while you're doing your 7 games, you always want your first bullet to count. You want to get out of that sort of submachine guns, I'll start spraying and then swipe across them and the bullets will hit them. Out of that assault rifle, I'll shoot around the corner and sidestep around and pop them. No. You want your first bullet with that TAC 45 to hit, because the only way you're really going to kill people with this pistol, the strength of the pistol is that it's a two-shot kill up close, is that you have to land that first hit. So always go for that. In close quarters combat, I want you to challenge yourself and only try to go for 2 shots. Right there I took about 3 or 4, so that was bad. But you could see it wasn't necessarily easy to track the target, and that's what we're working on. If you're up close to somebody, try and do 2 shots, especially if they're not looking a nice pop, nice controlled burst, so that you know every single time your crosshairs is on that person, you're going to pop them, you're going to hit them, and you're kill them. And I also want you to go for things that are outside your normal pistol range. Shots that are difficult, shots that are long range, things that you don't think that you can make, you need to go for using your TAC 45 pistol. This doesn't mean shooting people all the way across the map. You need to use some reason in this, but you got to go for the long shots, and you got to challenge yourself. And this is 7 games. This could be 7 games of hardpoint, 7 games of league play. Actually, kind of funny in league play when you do this. People get mad at you Domination, team deathmatch. Hardcore is a little bit different because you're going to be killing people in one shot anyway, but that's what you want to do. And the reason that we're using the TAC 45 and doing this is not just because I like the TAC 45. This idea actually came to me not during this game, but during a previous game where I had been doing this, and when I do pick up an assault rifle again, I'm much better. The TAC 45 is a relatively slow firing pistol. It's kind of easy to oversample or shoot too fast, so you need to time your shots, and because of this, it's working like an FAL. You need to time your shots and keep track of where your crosshairs are when you're shooting. So every time you pull the trigger, you know that you're hitting somebody. The sights do shake a bit. They wobble a bit. I've used this gun for a long time. I'm comfortable with it. I've mastered it. I know how it works. But a lot of people don't, and it is kind of difficult to get a feel for it. Also, they have a low-level zoom. Iron sights are okay. It's just not a very, very easy gun to use. It can be mastered, and it's a little bit easy in close quarters combat because it's 2 shots to kill, bearing in mind you can handle that and you don't miss. I almost got noob-tubed right off the bat there. But it does require a degree of challenge, and all of these things are kind of the worst things ever for aiming. Irregular fire rates, relatively slow rate of fire, have to get the first shot in. Iron sights are small, iron sights are wonky, no zoom on the iron sights, they're not open or clear. This is a very challenging pistol to use, and what you need to do is use this for 7 games. After 7 games, you're going to get used to it. You're going to get comfortable with it. You're going to go pop, pop, drop, pop, pop, drop. Every time you drop, you kill. At long ranges 1, 2, 3, 4, you're going to be able to track your targets easier. All the things that you innately do with aiming are going to be much, much easier. See, now in my second round, I'm going to pick up some weapons here. You're going to see me go absolute beast mode with this AN-94 that had a grip and ACOG sight on, which I guess makes it a little bit more accurate, not a whole lot more, in just a few minutes here, and end up getting a VTOL that I can't call in just because I've only been using this frustratingly difficult TAC 45 to aim for long range, and you give me a real gun, I'm just a monster with it. I'm just going to shred people. It doesn't even matter because it's so incredibly easy after this. The goal for this video, the tips that I'm giving here, this will help you, this will work, and you will get better. Like I said, the last time the Unchaining video had about a 99-95% success rate. This video will have the same thing, but it's not easy. This is not going to be an easy 7 games. You're not going to go and dominate people with your TAC 45. You're not going to go and just be a master of this overnight. You're going to struggle. You're going to die, and you're going to lose. And it's going to be frustrating as hell. But at the end of it, on that 8th game, when you swap back to using regular weapons, you're going to be a monster for reasons that you don't entirely understand, but every single thing that you do is just going to feel better. It's just so easy to hose these people down. I'm not missing very many shots. I'm not swiping people. My first shots are drilling them and pounding them. You're going to see this in a minute. So the guns that I would recommend using on your 8th game when you swap back over, there are some relatively simple ones. Vector, very low recoil, good gun for this, a little bit weak sauce on the range compartment, but very low recoil. MP7 has nice open iron sights, easy to control the recoil. AN-94, also very easy. ACOG sights, kind of fun on it. Iron sights are great, red dot sights great. Hard to go wrong with the AN-94. MTAR, also very good, fires a little bit slower, very consistent recoil feel. See, look how easy I'm just shredding these people. It's like it doesn't even matter. Try to build your class a little bit fast-paced. I would put quick draw on all of them. On the assault rifles, I'd also add stock because it's more similar to the pistol. And the idea isn't that you're not getting assaulted again or jolted because you can't sidestep like you could with the pistol. And that's why you need the stock on the assault rifle, so that it feels the same, except you have an easier gun to aim with, and you are now much, much better. And you will feel the improvement. In this particular game, when I moved over to using the AN-94, it felt like a joke. Like, wow, really, people do this all the time? It's that easy to aim? It's that easy to kill people? Man. And don't be afraid to go full auto. The reason I chose the TAC 45 for this is because it shoots fast enough to where you do have to try to track your targets from room to room, from area to area, around corners, but it shoots slow enough to where you need to be very precise and make sure your bullets are hitting. When you're moved over to full auto and you do full auto tracking, it's going to be a joke. It's going to be very, very easy for you. And again, you're going to feel it. It's going to be better. And the trick to this, the trick to this in the long run, is that you don't forget the lesson. You don't forget how to aim with fully automatic guns. You don't forget how easy it is. And every time you do need a reminder, all you got to do is break out your TAC 45. I would say 5.7, but that's already a low recoil pistol. It's a bit easier. Just challenge yourself. Just force to jog your brain to remember that you're playing on a low skill cap with a low skill cap weapon, and play on a higher league. Do something more challenging with a pistol or something else, and you will improve. You'll start getting better. You'll start feeling better, and you will start aiming better. So don't be lazy. Don't forget your lesson, and do go and massacre people with these fully automatic weapons. Well, I hope you enjoyed the commentary. I hope you learned something useful. I hope you take these tips to heart. If you did learn something, don't forget to like, favorite, subscribe this video, and all that other sort of fun stuff. I'm going to let the gameplay run out at the end here. I was playing with J-Hub and Thumper and Oh Lord O, and I was trying to call in my VTOL warship, but they kept calling in cockblocker choppers or diarrhea choppers, and about the time the game ended, I was actually able to call this in and get no kills with it. But I think I did pretty good this game for using only pistol, only leading team, scores, captures, defends, all doing good, but J-Hub and his dragon camo nonsense self does manage to get the last kill here because they blocked my stupid VTOL warship. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. Drifter out.